August 28th, we lost our Black King. R.I.P. the Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman died of colon cancer. I remember getting the news. I was putting my daughter to sleep. I was rocking my daughter. And Jarvis, me and you were texting about something else. I forget what we were texting.
We were actually texting about superheroes.
Talking about superheroes. That's why.
Lord have mercy.
And then you hit me with, by the way, Chadwick Boseman just died. And I'm like, wait, come on, fam. I'm rocking my daughter. Like, are you first Kobe, now Chadwick Boseman? And you're like, yeah, man. So I went search Google and I found out that Chadwick Boseman died of colon cancer. Now, check this out, guys. For me, this Black Panther movement is deeper than just a movie for me. I'm a big superhero nerd. I've been waiting for a Black Panther movie for about 12 years. And when I finally saw it, it exceeded my expectations. It met me where I'm at now as an adult with Black empowerment and superheroes that combined that. And I actually got this in a film to where if you were to take away the superhero aspect of the movie, it still would have been entertaining because it was, anyway. And then I read on to find out that Chadwick Boseman was fighting colon cancer for about 4 years now, man. So you got to think about just what he was going through to get this movie done or to get all his other iconic movies done. Chadwick Boseman was probably thinking, okay, this movie that I'm about to put out is major. Young Black kids need to see this superhero film. Young Black girls need to see the strong female representation in this movie. So I have to do whatever I need to do to fight through cancer. You want to talk about Mamba mentality, to fight through cancer so I could shoot this film. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, had it been me, y'all would have had to replace me and go get somebody else to fill the role, man. But Chadwick Boseman, and I want to say, whoever's in his camp, his friends or whomever, for keeping that on the low and just respecting his privacy, shout out to them, man. There's some A1 dudes or females, whatever. But y'all tell me where you were at, mentally on losing Chadwick Boseman to colon cancer. Naja, holla at me, Naja.
You see my face.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was. It's always rough. I know, like, oh, that was a tough loss. You hear that was a tough loss. You hear that was a tough loss. But for me, outside of the fact that he was just an amazing actor, that movie will always and forever, no matter at what age, be relevant, be iconic. I remember taking my son to see the movie. I remember him screaming when he saw the big poster in the lobby for the movie. He had to take his picture. Halloween costumes, he got to be Black Panther, whatever. Now, for me, you peel back the layers, it's such a deeper level. But just for him on the surface, just seeing the joy in my Black son's face when he's seeing some Black superheroes on the screen made it forever for me. And so when I heard that happen, and then I heard that a lot of people from where he is in South Carolina had this ailment of this cancer, and his brother had dealt with this cancer, and it just, the level of pain that he had to be in, people jabbing at him, what's wrong with him, he's skinny, whatever. And for him to just, with such grace, just do what he needed to do, be a professional, and just think about what he felt in that moment. Like, I got to knock this film out, and I got to knock this film out, and I got to knock this film out. You move different when you on a time frame. You move different when you got an expiration date. We don't know what ours is, but can you imagine if you're dealing with colon cancer like that? And then I just saw his last film over this past weekend, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I don't know if y'all saw that. I could not breathe during his monologue, because it was just so good. So deep. And me reading that during that film, his wife had to pull him off the ground because he was crying in pain in some scenes. And he still pushed on. Man, it's deep. And then I know we're talking about throw 2020 away, but I'm like, dang, the greats in 2020 are just being cut down, and you just be like, dang, what is it? It's crazy. That's all I got. I'm done with that.
Thank you. Kill him. Where you at, Kill him?
Yeah, when I heard that news, I mean, we talking about month 8. Like, after everything that we had already, been through since 2020, I was just like, F everything. It's like, and obviously people die every day, but when somebody has some level of celebrity, then you got to see their face and you got to see the people that they left behind. And it was just so much loss on top of so much loss. Like, and even going back to Kobe, like, it was like, it was entire families in that helicopter. Y'all know a lot of the victims' names didn't get out till much later, but in some families, remember, it was like a husband, a wife, and their kids.
Yep.
And so it was just like, bro, I'm tired of this. And again, it just was a reminder that, like, we looking at him, and, women was like, he looked fine in the Black Panther movie. Like, who would have thought, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was having health issues. And he made so many passionate moments after that. But once again, like, you never know, like, ain't none of us, exempt from tragedy. Ain't none of us exempt from, healthcare crisis. And one thing I remember thinking, I thought it was super dope that even though him and his spouse knew that, like, his time was limited, they still decided to pursue marriage. I don't know why, I just thought that was dope, because she knew she wasn't gonna live out her years with him, but he still, even on his deathbed, you know what I mean, gave her, like, the satisfaction of, like, becoming his wife, and they had that moment, and whether it was weeks or months left, like, they lived out those moments as husband and wife. I thought that was super dope.
That's incredible. Incredible. Mogul, where you at, man?
Yeah, so believe it or not, like, even though Black Panther was so prolific, my favorite Chadwick Boseman movie is Jackie Robinson.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put the stamp on this now. I think he's hands down the best actor to portray characters in any role. Like,
wow.
I think he's one of the best actors to do that, period. I don't think nobody touching him, because, he came out like that, from playing Jackie to playing Marshall to playing Thurgood Marshall to playing James Brown. Like, this dude portrayed some of the most iconic, influential Black people in roles. So I don't think there's nobody to do that better than him when it comes to acting. I mean, he was a tough loss. Black Panther is definitely an iconic movie. But for me personally, like, to hear that man's story, what he went through with that colon cancer, to still do it, that goes back to, like we said, the Mamba mentality. You got to respect of him. Only thing I hate, is that he really didn't get his flowers until Black Panther. To me, I thought he was a great actor way before Black Panther. I know Black Panther was like the iconic movie of that time or that year or whatever, but, like, the only thing I kind of hate is that he really didn't get his flowers until then. I thought he was a great actor way before then. And, somebody touched on the point of, how people was making fun of him, because I'm not gonna lie, when I seen him at the All-Star game being a judge, I was like, yo, is it me or this dude look like he weighed like 100 pounds? Like I don't know if he was getting prepared for a movie, he was losing weight. And then for me, I'm not gonna lie and say, like, I didn't, like, damn, what's wrong with this dude? Like, but I felt bad afterwards, because I was like, yo, this what he was going through. So, for me, man, rest in peace to him. Rest in peace. I pray for his family, but at the same time, losing him was tough too.
Absolutely. Jarvis.
And I couldn't help but, in August of 2020, after everything we've been through, it was like, man, what else could possibly happen? But I couldn't help but think about, we lost Nipsey Hussle to the streets. We lost Kobe Bryant to a freak accident. and then we lost him to a disease.
Mm.
And it's just like, man, 3 Black kings that, you know, in their own right were kings, were leaders, were just amazing men that represented our culture, and they're gone. You know, when you think about everything else that's happened with, you know, with African Americans in the past year and past, you know, 400 years for that matter, but to lose these 3, I just correlated them all, and I'm just like, man, we lost three amazing kings in a span of a year and a half, and it's just a bitter pill to swallow. To Mike's point, I remember the slam dunk contest when he was there, and I'm like, I thought he was preparing for a role. I literally, because my wife was the first one, she said, he looks bad.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's sick. And I'm like, nah, I'm like, because in my mind, I'm thinking, absolutely not. Like, I know that actors have to do certain things for certain roles. I know he's a Denzel Washington caliber actor at this point, so he's going to get all kind of roles. And so I'm like, nah, he's probably preparing for a role. Maybe he's playing a role of somebody that is sick, or, you know, but there's no way. And, you know, to get that news in August, it was like, wow, my wife was right. He was sick, and it's tough, man. I mean, you know, Black Panther's an amazing film. He was becoming, he literally was becoming, I feel like he was filling that Denzel role, and now we don't have that anymore. Maybe Michael B. Jordan can pick up the ball and roll with it. I don't know, but he was really that new great Black actor, and it's a devastating blow to the Black community.